Hey, what's up YouTube? It's abluegolfball here today with another Pokemon TCG Online video, and today I have a deck that was suggested by Jerome Canlampen, and I butchered your last name, I'm sorry about that. Anyways, a handful of you guys did want to see this deck as well. This is going to be a Swampert and Huntail deck. Swampert is a 140 HP Water-type Pokemon with the trait Growth. It's an Alpha Growth trait, being able to play 2 energies per turn if that comes from your hand. And we will be playing Ether as well with the combination of Diving Search. Once during turn before your attack, you may search your deck for a card, put it on top of your deck, and bada bing bada boom. Now think about it, if we have Ether in our hand, we can use Diving Search for an energy, and we can use Ether for that energy and play it onto Swampert, and then play the Alpha Growth trait for 2 more energies and Hydro Pump all in one turn. That's pretty cool. So Hydro Pump does 30 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. So if you have 3 of these, that's doing 90, plus the 40, that's 130. And with 2 more, you can actually hit for 180. So there you go. We will be doing a 3-1-3 line of these guys with 3 rare candies. And then for the Huntail, it's got the attack Powerful Storm. This attack does 20 damage times the number of energy attached to all of your Pokemon. It is 100 HP, but it is a stage 1, so that's kind of nice. We'll be having Mr. Mime here just to block for the bench. We have Jirachi here for Stellar Guidance, and we have Miltank here since we're playing a stage 2 deck. We can use Miltank here in case if we just need someone to kind of put up some damage and maybe buy a turn or something like that. On to the supporters and items and whatnot. We have Computer Search as the ace effect of choice. Discarding 2 cards is being able to search for any card from your deck. We have 3 Dive Balls, 1 Escape Rope, 3 Ethers, 2 Professor's Letter. We have 3 Rare Candies, 1 Star on the Megaphone, 1 Switch, and 2 VS Seekers. For the support line, we have Colress, 1 Lysander, 1 Lysander's Trump card, 3 Ends, and 4 Junipers. That's a pretty small line. We have Rough Seas here, 2 of these, just Stadium Counter and also healing our Pokemon. We have 3 Muscle Bands, and then we have 12 Water Energies. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see this deck in action on Pokemon TCG Online. Alright, looks like we'll be playing against Yuichi1092, and it's a Psychic deck. Apparently we have the advantage, but who knows what that really means. Alright, we end up going second. We lost on the coin toss. If my opponent is generous, he would allow us to go first, but that hardly ever happens, and ooh, we see... Okay, it's going to be some kind of Nidoqueen deck of some sort. We start off with a Clamp Pearl. We start with 2 Clamp Pearls. We do get the Energy Drop as well, so we can actually... Oh, wow, we actually ended up going first. Oh, that's interesting. My opponent allowed us to go first, so very generous of my opponent. And we even get to draw into a couple more cards. We can get the Mudkip going, and this is gonna be a fantastic showing here. Let's go with the N. We get another one going here. Oh, let's just fill up the bench. Why won't we, huh? I'm actually gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get the Swampert going. In a couple turns, we should be able to evolve. So we're gonna end the turn there. And if we end up going really slow, what I want to do is just play the Marshtomp, and if we draw dead, eventually I want to play the Swampert, and then we can finally just evolve. So my opponent is playing a... Oh boy, it's going to be a Wobbuffet with Bide Barricade, so that's actually going to shut off the Diving Search. So we got to find out a way if my opponent's going to retreat or something like that, maybe do something on his side of the field. I don't know. I don't remember if we play a... was it Escape Rope? Did we play Escape Rope? I can't remember. Anyways, my opponent right now will be blocking us with Bide Barricade, and we won't be able to do much. So what I want to do is probably just do Shell Protection, and maybe just protect us from anything. Oh my goodness, we get hit and Toxic Lasered. How inconvenient. But, I mean, I don't know, anything can happen, right? So, what I would like to do is retreat. If we can have a switch, if we can switch, that would be awesome. And, nope, doesn't look like that's going to be happening, so, I don't know, beats me. Alright, looks like we will end the turn here. I will allow this Clamp Pearl to get knocked out. So the plan here is to let the Clamp Pearl get knocked out. My opponent can do Psychic Assault for 30 damage, and that would knock out the Clamp Pearl. We will get the Swampert going, and we'll just take out the Wobbuffet. But unless my opponent plays an N, we should be able to recover from this loss. The loss of our poor little Clamp Pearl. We should recover from it. Oh boy, we even see a Trubbish out here. I don't know what that means, but here it is, 30 damage. And let's go ahead. We will promote the Marshtomp here and evolve into the Swampert. No need to use the Rare Candy at this point. Let's go ahead. We'll just get these out here. And I'm going to use the full effect of, yes, playing the energy. And let's go for the Hydro Pump. Get rid of this Wobbuffet. Hit him for 160. And wow, we even get the rare candy and Swampert here as well. So now we can start using diving search, and so that way we can search into something like a juniper for the next turn. So good thing here, we won't be drawing dead much longer at the very least. We could see something like a rare candy and see like, I don't know, I'm not sure. Or we could see something like a Garbodor plus Floatstone. That would be pretty harmful as well. And there is the Trubbish with the energy drop. We could see, I'm not too sure, we could see anything here. We could probably see maybe even Dimension Valley. We can see something like a Toolbox Sigilif and dropping 4 tools or dropping 6 tools. I don't know, you know, anything can happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tools can happen here. We can see something like Dimension Valley and Tool Drop Sigilif. Oh, that would be crazy. My opponent uses an AZ, brings out the Ralts. I don't know what that was about. But here we go. My opponent gets 2 more energies back into his hand, playing the energy retrieval. So that's a huge hand size right there. And that's it. My opponent passes the turn. And we don't even get to use Huntail. So this is going to be it. Let's just go for the diving search anyway. So I think my opponent's going to concede the match, and that's 160. We'll take the victory there. And all right, that's not a great win, but I'm gonna go ahead and play another match just in case. Maybe we can run into a better matchup here. Okay, looks like we'll be playing against Maxi 4939 something. It's gonna be a metal and darkness deck, and my opponent flips heads, and we'll get to go first. So, ooh, it looks like we're playing against some kind of Groudon EX deck, and ooh, it's gonna be a primal Groudon deck. We start off with a Clamp Pearl. This is an ugly looking hand right here. We get a bunch of Junipers and whatnot. Ah, gosh. Hopefully we can. Oh, do we get an N? So that's kind of nice. I don't mind having the N. That we can shuffle back these Junipers. You know, I want to use our Junipers when we, you know, really need to or something like that. But anyways, we see the Groudon over there. My opponent plays an N anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to bide our time and maybe just play it slow. The Hawlucha is not going to be, not going to cause any danger. I'm going to go ahead and, well, we get the Rough Seas. I'm going to end the turn. Let's just do that. No need to rush. No need to rush whatsoever. My opponent can definitely start attacking here with a Rip Claw. That could do 30 damage to the Clamp Pearl. My opponent discards the N and a Weakness Policy. Could get anything right now. Who knows? Oh, it's a Primal Groudon. We could see my opponent evolve right now, and oh boy. Okay, alright, so let's take a look at what we can do. Let's go with the Swampert here, and I'll even evolve. We'll play this as well. We'll play the... okay, we get a couple different things here. Yeah, this is kind of silly, but let's go for a diving search, get that out for us. And yeah, let's just go for the Powerful Storm, hitting for 40. Look at that. We can take out the Hawlucha on the next turn. My opponent will still need 2 more turns to power up the Primal Groudon EX. So it's not looking too good for us, but we can play the N. Oh, my opponent plays an N, and hey, we get a couple of Mudkips here. So there goes our, yeah, there goes our Professor's Letter. But it's okay. We got a Dive Ball here. We can do a couple of different things. We see my opponent play Robo Substitute. Definitely can retreat into that. My opponent can just retreat into the Robo Substitute, but we also have the Escape Rope that we can use. And oh, we see a Computer Search. Not too sure what my opponent can be going for there. We can see something like a Maxi's Hidden Ball Trick. Get another Primal Groudon out, but then there's no Primal Groudon in the discard pile. So my opponent's down to 2 cards. He played an N, so we could be going for something like a Juniper. We see a Professor's Letter. That's probably going to be going for the Primal Groudon EX. The Hawlucha here is of no effect. I don't play any EXs whatsoever, so we gotta watch out for this Primal Groudon here. It's gonna be a beast. It's gonna just Gaia Volcano all the way. And alrighty then. So what I want to do, you know, honestly, I'd like to play the switch. I'd like to start. Well, if we do Escape Rope, my opponent's just going to bring up the Robo Substitute, so no need to do that. Let's go ahead. We're going to get a Clamp Pearl going here. Get another one backed up, and let's go with the Colress. Oh, interesting. Alrighty then. We can definitely take out this guy. I'm gonna go with this right here. And okay, so here's the plan. I'm gonna go. Let's go for the professor's letter. All right, and let's just take out the Hawlucha. So here's the plan. I want to power up the Swampert. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the Miltank. Well, we can't play Lysander on the Primal Groudon. That's kind of useless. But okay. So here's a little bit of the plan. What I want to do is, so we know we're getting a professor's letter, right? So I'm gonna play the professor's letter and drop 2 energies here, and then I'm gonna use diving search and get the energy on top of the deck, and then I'm gonna use computer search to get an ether. I don't know. That might be just an awful idea. My opponent right now can. Oh, my opponent's opting not to play. Okay, so we get the computer search. We get the. So here we go. That's always good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and definitely attach another one there. You know what? Let's go and I'm gonna just. I don't know what I really want to do right now. I don't know, guys. Let's see. Let's just go ahead. We'll just play it slow. Looks like my opponent's taking it slow, but I mean, at a time like this, you actually don't really want to play it slow. Let's see. I don't want to play an N. I don't want to play a Juniper. I should have. All right. Let's take a look here. We could play a Colress. We could play an N. I think I might play a Colress. So at times like these, I wish I had Professor Birch's observation. I want to conserve my my Swampert there. Have a chance to draw into him again. And look at that. We do. We get another Clamp Pearl here. So our bench is getting pretty stacked up in terms of what we want to do. We don't have the rare candy, but let's go ahead. I'm going to diving search for the rare candy. That way in the next turn we can just diving search into it. And all right, so here we go. Let's just go ahead. We'll just Powerful Storm. We'll just take out this little Robo Substitute. My opponent here will knock out the Huntail. We will put some damage onto the Primal Groudon. And my opponent will knock out the Miltank. And then we'll put some more damage. Oh no, my opponent brings out the Swampert with the 2 energies on it. Oh, that is just brutal. And let's go ahead. We'll just promote the Miltank. And wow, that was not nice. All right, so here we go. Here's the rare candy. We'll go with that. And let's go with the other Swampert here. So we got 2 Swamperts going for us. And I'm going to go ahead. We'll just go for a diving search. What I want to get is probably just the Juniper, I think. And looks like we'll just play this here and attach this. We'll just play our hand size down. We'll go with Powerful Friends in for 80. And right now my opponent can play another Lysander, but we will get a Juniper off of this. And dang, that's 1, 2 energies in a discard pile. So my opponent will be targeting the Swampert again. We probably should have just held on to those energies, but regardless, I can bring out the Miltank again, so that could do another 80 damage. I don't mind that at all. We'll be getting the Juniper, so that's always good news there. And here is that Juniper, and oh my goodness. All right, so this is pretty good. This is some good stuff here. I'm just gonna go. So all right. I'm gonna go ahead and let's just go with the Powerful Friends. So the problem here is my opponent can end us, and that's okay. I didn't want to invest in the Swampert again, but we'll have to wait and see if my opponent plays an N. My opponent's gonna go for the Lysander one more time, and oh man, how depressing is that? A good thing we didn't invest all of those energies there. So looks like we can go with the Huntail. And all right. Well, we can play. Well, let's see here. I'm just gonna go ahead and we'll power this up. I'm gonna go ahead and play an N. And here we go. Oh man. Let's take a look here. We need to get everything back into our hand somehow. So. Well, it's a little depressing, but let's go for the Powerful Storm. Get it for 80. That's a knockout. Let's see. Well, my opponent can still go for a Rib Claw. So wow, after all that, my opponent played a bunch of Lysanders, 3 Lysanders. We're using 2 VS Seekers, taking out our Swamperts. And a little bit depressing there, but all 3 Swamperts are in the discard pile. I'm going to have to go with the Jirachi for a Lysander's trump card and bring back all of our Swamperts. And alrighty then, probably just play the energy onto the Clamp Pearl and hit this Groudon EX here. We see an escape rope, but you know what? I'm just gonna escape into the Huntail anyways. So here we go. Here's the Huntail. My opponent can bring out the Landorus. Wouldn't mind that at all. So I could probably take the Landorus in one shot, but my opponent goes with the Hawlucha and a Hard Charm. So here we go. What I'm gonna do is play the Jirachi. Definitely need to get the Lysander's trump card, and I gotta get all of these guys back into my deck. And there we go. The Landorus here won't be able to use the Shout of Power. My opponent's down to 1 card. We also have the Mr. Mime here. I'm gonna go ahead and thin out the deck a little bit more. That way we don't have to deal with that. Let's go for the Powerful Storm, hit it for 100 damage, taking out the Hawlucha. We have an N, but that's not too good for us. I kind of wish that was a Colress. We'll have to wait and see what my opponent's going to do on his side of the field. My opponent will need another energy to do the Ripclaw, but conveniently for us, our Powerful Storm only requires 1 energy. So my opponent opts to play the Landorus. We see a Robo Substitute. And boy, okay, that's it. We should be able to knock out this guy in 1 shot. And I'm gonna go ahead and well, there's really no one. I'm gonna play an energy on the Jirachi, and no need to really play anything else. Let's go with the Powerful Storm, 240 damage. We get a Juniper off of this. 2 of our rare candies right here as well. My opponent goes for a Professor Sycamore. So a opponent like this, I might just play N. And if we see my opponent miss an energy drop, oh, my opponent does not. So here we go. My opponent can definitely bring out the Groudon EX, but we don't see that. And all right, I'm gonna actually hang on to my hand. All right, we're gonna go for it. Let's go for the N, and let's go for the Powerful Storm. Hopefully, my opponent doesn't have any more energies. Oh man. Okay, so that N maybe would have been a terrible idea. Here we go. My opponent promotes the Groudon EX. We could see something like a Primal Groudon come into play, and that would be absolutely awful. We would not have a chance. Where is our Lysander? We don't need a Lysander trump card. I probably shouldn't have played the N, but whatever. My opponent flips Tails, and so that means we can actually switch into this one. So that's a fresh one right there. We'll go with this. We even get another one over here. We have the my opponent says GG. I'm not too sure what he means by that, but let's go with this. We see Marsh Stomp. I'm going to go ahead. Powerful Storm, hit for 140. I'm not sure. My opponent... maybe my opponent is conceding, but if my opponent gets the Primal Groudon out, that's going to be pretty tough. But it is GG. My opponent was able to discard a card, and GG it is. We do get this guy out, but I also get these energies as well. So it's going to be GG. We'll heal off a little bit, and here we go. Powerful Storm. Huntail and Swampert makes a huge splash, taking out a Primal Groudon. That was pretty devastating. We lost a whole bunch of Swamperts, but hey, I'll take the win, and oh man, that was fabulous. We were able to do 1,200 damage in this game, doubling what our opponent has done. And my opponent's MVP was Primal Groudon EX. Well, we had the Huntail. Look at that. So, all right. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Yeah, just have an awesome day. See you later. Goodbye.